What is the wealth of nations? The concept explained in detail. We all want to be rich, but what is wealth? What does it mean to be wealthy? Wealth, according to the definition of the Oxford English Dictionary, is the abundance or profusion of valuable resources. However, it also could be interpreted as an individual's power or influence. But what are these resources? These are not your average resources like money, cars, and houses. These are resources that people use to measure an individual's social rank. It includes factors such as their jobs, marriages, friendships, and relationships with other people of high status. So what does this have to do with being wealthy? The wealth of nations explained in detail below will teach you how being wealthy means more than just having lots of money. How the wealth of nations is determined. Many factors determine an individual's wealth of nations. One way is through their relationships with others in high-level positions. For example, if your boss is the CEO of a major company, then you will be considered high status too because you work for him. The wealth of nations can also be determined by one's financial status. One may own a home, which is another sign of social rank in society. The more properties one owns, the wealthier they are regarded in society. What is wealth? The Wealth of Nations, a book by Adam Smith, is one of the most influential books in Western civilization. In this book, Smith explores what it means to be wealthy. Smith believes that being wealthy is not just about having lots of money. Different types of wealth and power measure a person's social rank. So being wealthy is not just about being rich? Not at all. Wealth can also mean the abundance or profusion of valuable resources. This could be interpreted as an individual's power or influence. Being wealthy means more than just having lots of money. The role of resources in the wealth of nations. There are many resources that individuals use to measure wealth. Resources such as their jobs, marriage, friendships, and relationships with other people of high status. Although money, cars and houses are the typical things we think of when we think of wealth, these resources play a large role in one's power and influence within society. To measure an individual's social rank through these resources is to measure their wealth. Regardless of how much money they have or what car they drive, an individual's social rank is largely influenced by the social dynamics in which they're involved. Conclusion. The wealth of nations is an economic term that is used to measure the wealth of a nation. It is based on the idea that national wealth can be measured in terms of the country's total private and public assets. The measurement of the wealth of nations has changed over time, but the concept of the economic value of a country's resources has always been applied in some way.